Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage, welcome back to the Planet Coaster beta. I'd like to apologise for the last couple of videos. I didn't actually realise until I came to render them out that they were so choppy. While I was playing the game it was running absolutely perfectly, so the issue must have been with my capture software. Most likely because I was using a processor based capture technique, which I tend to do because you get better... you get less audio desync because it uses a constant instead of a variable frame rate. Anyway, that aside, I actually noticed when I come to edit and render the video that particularly bits where there was a lot of movement, if I was moving around the map or on a ride or something like that, that the frame rate was quite choppy. So what I've done is I've reduced the graphics settings down a little bit from ultra to high and then fiddled around with some of the other bits within the preset. So hopefully it's still going to look good. But hopefully won't quite be as choppy. So I just did want to apologise for that. Anyway, we're going to go back in. And we're going to go back into career mode. And we're going to have a go at finishing the other one. This one, the Princess Emile's Fairy Tale. Now, apparently, even though we have completed this one, we can't do the other two. The other two are locked. So I assume they're literally waiting for the full game. We don't have long. It's only a week away. And I probably will come back and do the others. But we can do this... this one, how do you even pronounce that name? Is that Princess Amelies? Princess Amelies Fairy Tale. Whatever her name is, we're going to go and do this one. So this one is the one where we have basically stuff keep breaking down and we've got a debt. So we need to clear our debt. So we'll go ahead and start this scenario. So I'm not really certain that you would call this a career mode. I mean, what I find weird, there's two modes in the game other than the sandbox mode. There's the career mode, which is what we're doing here, and then there's the challenge mode. And the challenge mode is where you're basically given limited money and you have to sort of build a park. I mean, to me that sounds more like the career mode and this seems more like the challenge mode, but there you go, nobody really knows. So we know what we've got to do here. We already read this before, basically. There's these monoliths in the park, which is probably some sort of graphical glitch more than anything else. It's very weird. Look at that. I mean, this just goes to show the sort of things you can build. I mean, look, there's floating rocks. I mean, how weirdly sci-fi does this look? And again, I'm still trying to familiarise myself with the controls. I'm terrible at that. But we've got this big sort of weird monolith. We've got some sort of spark sprayers and stuff here, making spark and smoke go sort of into the hole. There's stuff, I'm not too sure what these things are on the back of that. But this item is locked. As you can see, it is a blueprint. It's a lot of objects combined together. Maybe this is lighting. I'm not entirely certain what those are. But either way, stuff. Stuff is happening. We've got all this junk that's causing stuff in our park to fail. So we need to get stuff repaired. We need to get out of debt. So to do the easy, we need to reach a monthly profit from rides. Now, that's specifically from rides. So that means we probably want to have free entry to the park. We need to build 4 rides. For medium, we need 4,000 and we need to build a coaster. And for hard, we need 6,000. We need to get 1,200 guests and pay off the loans. So that should be something that we can do. Let's pause up to start with. Let's see what we've got. We do have some rides around. We've got a queue over here for this ride. So this ride looks like it is already broken down. It is broken down. So the first thing we should be doing is having a look at our staff. And do we have any engineers? Mechanics. We don't have any mechanics at all. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get ourselves a couple of mechanics. Let's go and put you right here so you can deal with that. And we probably want a couple. As this scenario is specifically about things breaking down, we probably want a couple of mechanics. So let's get a couple in there. Hopefully they can sort these problems out. Now let's have a look and see how many rides we've actually got in the park. Attractions and shops. So we've got 2 rides. Both of them are currently closed. We don't have any shops. We don't have any facilities. So what are our rides? We have... this one that we just looked at, and there is this one here as well. So both of these rides have broken down. In fact, let's just go and grab one of those members of staff if we can. Ooh. Very sensitive mouse here. Let's go and grab you. No, it's a desert rock. I don't want the rock. I want the engineer. Apparently I can't grab the engineer. Okay, let's just go ahead and unpause the game. Can I select the engineer now? Yes, I can. Pause button is P. So let me move you. And I do like the layout of this part though. I love how everything has been built sort of, you know, off the edge of the rocks. And you've got these little waterfall things going on down here as well. I mean, is that all animated? If they must be water. Yeah, they're not actually proper waterfalls. If you look, I showed you those things in the last video that allow you to make effects and things. They're hidden under the rocks. But they're quite clever. There's one of the lights I was talking about. I did say there was directional spotlights that light things up. But yeah, I do love the way that this has been sort of built on a raised platform. And then you've got this sort of rickety old construction around it. I mean, that is brilliant, isn't it? Just the way it looks is absolutely fantastic. I do like that. I like that very, very much. So we're currently unpaused. You guys should probably be fixing these rides. Do we have to tell you that it needs fixing? Wear and tear. Well, let's get them refurbished. Costs us quite a bit of money, but, you know, you have to spend some money to make some money. So we'll get them refurbished. The mechanics should hopefully get on with that. I'm not too sure why they're heading away from it, which is a little bit weird. Operations, customize, finances. We probably want to see if we can get a little bit more money out of people on these rides. So we will put them up a little bit. That's the cube, that one there. This one, we will put that up to... That's only on 6. Let's go ahead and put that up to like $7.50 or something like that. So let's go and find the park entrance. In fact, we don't need to find the park entrance. We can go and do it over here. We found that last time in the finances and go into ticket prices. So it's free to get in, but we do charge for a priority pass, so that is fantastic. Let's go and have a look where the entrance is anyway. Looks like this might be the park entrance over here. I do like these paths that aren't actually a path, by the way. The things that are literally just a, you know, sort of hole marked in the ground. So this path continues around over here. Looks like that might be the park entrance. It is. There's the entrance way. So that's where our guests come in. And they go around there. Now then, there is some space over here I've just noticed in this direction. There's a little path that doesn't really seem to go anywhere. We could join those together. There's quite a lot of nice sort of scenery and stuff already around here. But this could be a really nice spot to actually get some stuff built. This path goes sort of all the way around here. I mean, it's a very, very nice layout. We really should make use of this where we can to put some more rides in. You know, we've got another sort of floaty area over here. We could go and put a ride in sort of up in the air if we wanted to, over near these monoliths. I don't really think it matters how close or far away the rides are to these monoliths. I don't think that has any real effect or bearing on the ride itself. But we could certainly use some of this space that we've got over here. Now, what about the space that's actually over next to the existing rides? Because we could definitely get like another ride in over here, for example. So I really think we should consider doing that. So let's go have a look and see what sort of rides we can get. So we've seen a few of these ones before. Insanity definitely fits the sort of overall theme of this place. So I think we should definitely go ahead and put one of these in here. So let's go and drop you in there. And again, we've got the usual thing, place the entrance. So let's put the entrance on this front side. Let's go and place the exit around over on that side. And connect to the entrance path. So we need to build a queue. What have we got? Let's go for this one because it's kind of funky. And let's sort of snake the path around a little bit. I'm not going to have it sort of snapping to a grid. But I'm going to sort of bring it back around on itself almost. Try and sort of keep the pads looking fluid and dynamic. I'm trying to get myself out of the bad habit of literally making everything on a grid. Because it looks terrible. And when the game doesn't force you to build on a grid, you probably shouldn't. So there's the entrance connected up. We do need to connect up the exit as well. So let's go to normal paths. No, I'm not too sure what sort of path this is, if it counts as a path or not. Natural, yeah, natural path. So basically just natural path with curb railings. Natural path that marks your terrain with curb markers. So yeah, I think it's just sort of like this one. So we can sort of connect this up to... It's probably a little bit wide there. Let's bring that down. Can we just connect that up directly? Yes, we can. So that will be the exit from that ride. That's fantastic. Okay, now then. Now what you'll also notice now is because we've connected that up with the natural, this ride loses the railings and everything. I don't particularly like that, if I'm honest. I'm going to go for one of these other ones. A black path marked with the Planet Coaster logo. We get some rocky... what's the other natural ones? Natural path marks terrain with curb railings. Now then, if we use this one... That doesn't really change it either. Yeah, not a big fan. Flagstones. Let's go for sandstone. Oh, so we can actually just change... Oh, okay, we can do it that way. That's fine then. So let's do that, and then just go back for the natural. It's not going to change the whole thing. It must have been... I must have clicked on the ride itself. You're supposed to be marking with the curbstones, but I can't see them. It's that one. Okay, well apparently it's doing something weird and it's not actually showing me where the curbstones are for that path, but we know the path is there. The path does exist. People can get on and off that ride. I'm just going to leave it with the default colours. We do need to do a few things. First of all, we're going to be putting the price of this one right up to $10 before we do anything else. It's a new ride. We are going to put it onto test mode. There we go. So we've got a new ride now. This ride's been fixed. What about this one? This one has also been fixed as well. And you can see these are the little spotlights that I was saying. They're sort of down here off the side. But this just shows you how good things can look at night with directional lighting. No, the game does look amazing. That ride looks... I'm not too sure how many of these rides are based on real-world rides, or if some of them are just, like, completely sort of, you know, off the wall. But that looks amazing. I'd go on that ride if it were a real thing. I'd love to be able to build something like this. I'm thinking for one of the other rides, because we do have to build some more rides. And we need to tart the queue up on this one first. But I'm very much thinking that we should build another ride somewhere... off one of these edges and do it similar to the pre-existing one. So that's kind of the plan that I'm going to go for. We could get one over here, for example. This is pretty cool, but I might build one over here. We've got a couple of notifications. The two rides have been fixed, which is what we kind of expected. The cube looks too intense for me. There, you wimp. Let's go ahead and work on the paths again. I just want to go ahead and get this one, and if we go up to... Is it the 6 meter width? We'll get the nice wide one. Maybe it's 8. And sort of go and connect those up there. So now we want to remove this thing. Can we remove this thing? Drifting plank log. Let's go ahead and demolish... Colorable area. So you can see even this thing here is actually made up out of a selection of different bits of material. It's not just a single object. It's actually made up from 4 lights and some wooden planks. So now we've got an open area that people can go through. And we can go ahead and build another ride sort of over here. Let's do the queue for this one though. This is what I said we needed to do first. Because, you know, the queue just looks absolutely crap. We can go ahead and open this now. Do we need to start a test? Ride status open. I don't think we need to actually test it. It's just open it. There we go. Okay, so we want to put in some scenery. The scenery options for this are probably going to be a little bit different to the scenery options for the previous one. Cargo canister. So yeah, as you can see, we're very sort of like sci-fi now. So let's put some of these cargo canisters along. What else have we got? Box lights. You see, these are the things that you can put around to, you know, sort of highlight rides. You can even put them sort of up in weird places to highlight. So we can put one there, for example. You can put them on top of other objects. So we can have them sort of on these cargo canisters and sort of face them towards the ride and stuff like that. You can have them sort of wherever you want and create some really cool effects with them. What you can also do as well is after you've placed them, you can click on them and you can go and change the actual colour of the light itself. So we could make them more of a sort of a dirt colour so they hide a little bit better. And then you can actually change the colour that the light displays as well. So we could give it like a sort of a green... That's supposed to be the light colour. It's daylight now anyway, so we can't tell. But I'm sure that's supposed to be the actual colour of the light itself. Not too sure why that didn't work, but still, that is something we can do. So we're making a little bit of profit. We still need to tart this up. Colorable event light. These things are fantastic. These are the things that really make the rides look cool. So we'll have one there sort of facing at the ride itself. Let's get one sort of over here facing towards the ride if we can. Might be a little bit high up. So we'll get another one over there. These, I do love these things. And again, these things you can actually set the trigger duration. You can set what sort of colours they do as well. So I think all of these things should be running on green. The other one's up there. So let's just sort of run on all the greens with those. We still need more stuff to make this a little less crappy looking, I believe the word is. So there's cargo carriers, so we could get like a cargo carrier over here, and we could put some cargo crates on it if we wanted to. So go ahead and just sort of put that on top of it. We've got sort of like these like weird deserty tree things that we can put around. So there's a few sort of different ones that we could, you know, take advantage of. Make everything look a little bit different. There's rocks as well. We've got sort of these bushes and things. What else have we got? A dogbot body. So with some sort of robot type thing going on here. Energy generator. Is this thing going to be colossal? Yes, it is. Look at the size of that. How much does that thing cost? $25? Wow, how much fiberglass is in this thing? The size of it. Okay, maybe something a little less huge. Go ahead and just sort of put this massive storage pod over here. We need to get something in this corner. A fueling station. There we go. So this is starting to look a little bit more sci-fi, isn't it? What else could we have? A futuristic archway. Now we could go ahead and put that over the queue if we wanted to. Unfortunately, I didn't really leave myself a lot of space to fit one of those in. So that ends up being a little bit crappy, but we can certainly use that somewhere else though. Now that I know it's there. An orbital cannon. Oh my god, look at the size of that thing. So much cool stuff that we can place around. What have we got here? A laser scanner. Oh yes, that I like. Now how is that? That is supposed to go that way around, is it? Okay. That's cool. Let's go and place that. I like that. That is awesome. I've never been to a theme park that's got this much attention to detail. I wonder if there's any animatronic stuff, because all of the animatronic stuff I've seen is pirates. But there's like radar dishes and all sorts of cool and interesting stuff going on here. Let's go and put the radar dish over on this side. Look, I mean, how futuristic does that look? What has this put the rides queue up to? Still only at 50%. Queue scenery rating is like, nah. No point having bins, we don't have any shops. A radioactive tank. How are people not liking this scenery? Maybe we need a little bit more nature. So let's get a few more trees and rocks and things like that around. Because these things are usually relatively cheap and you can just sort of place them pretty much wherever you want. So we can have some like little rocks around and hide those, hide the light and stuff like that. Get some, like, weird tree. I don't think we want a Joshua tree in there. I like these dead trees much more. They sort of seem to fit the theme a bit. So we can get, like, a prickly pear bush or two in here. Find some spots for it. I'm quite happy with that. I don't know why they still dislike the ride. Only at 56%. This queue is awesome, guys. Maybe it's because there's not enough stuff sort of within the queue. It's all kind of around it and either side of it. Maybe that's my mistake. So what else can we put in? We don't want the barrel slide. Coaster archway. It's not actually a coaster, so we're not going to bother with that. I guess we could go ahead and put in an ambient speaker. Which makes some sort of weird parky noises. I mean, ideally they should be sort of like hidden out of the way behind trees and stuff. And what are they actually playing? Lakeshore. Distant Space Battle seems like it should be a much better one. Feels like that fits the theme better. Let's go and make sure the other one is as well. No, not the cactus. I want the speaker, thank you. There we go. And let's make Dwarf Forge. Yeah, maybe not. Distant Space Battle. There we go. So what are we up to now on this one? 72%. There we go. That's slightly better. So now we have to go and build another ride. And like I said, the next one I want to build, I want to try and sort of build it out over the edge like they've done with some of the other ones. Have we had any more rides break down? Doesn't look like we have, which is a good thing. We probably want to do some research, which we'll do just before we sort of end the video here. A little bit of lag opening that up. There's not much scenery as there is now. It's fine. Research. We want to start our research. New items available. Thrill rides. A crazy classic. Sure, let's go and start work on that. Family ride. Stirred with a spoon. Yeah, I guess so. It looks terrible. We can do 3 at once. We need an electric-powered track ride or a coaster. Let's go for the track ride. It's going to cost us quite a bit. But when we come back next time, hopefully we'll be able to start getting some more rides and up and working towards these challenges. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm going to pause it there so you don't miss anything. Hope you are still enjoying Planet Coaster. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.